Hi there, I'm Veronica, and this is my Flosstube video number 33. Welcome to my channel, Veronica X Stitch. It's about cross stitch. Flosstube typically is about cross stitch and other fiber arts. Mine's almost entirely cross stitch, and that's all I'm going to be talking about today, other than maybe a few life updates and other tidbits of information thrown in. So it's been about 5 weeks, I think, since my last video. I didn't get as much stitching done as I wanted to, as I obviously, over the holidays there was less to do, so I did a lot of stitching then. I think I was a little disappointed, but also I think I was a little bit depressed too because stressful things happened and I can't get into it, but stitching, I wouldn't say I lost my stitchy bug because I still wanted to stitch, but I was just really slow, and there were times when I didn't want to stitch, so I preferred to like clean the house or just keep busy to keep my mind off of things, or maybe to keep my mind on things, and because I couldn't concentrate. I don't know what it was, but so anyway, I still have a few projects to show, a few whips and 2 new starts, if you can believe it. I think 2. Yeah, 2 new starts since last time, which I talked a little bit about in my last video. So if you watched it, no surprises there. I'm trying to keep up with WhipGo, which I finally am for February. Today is February 27th, so we're nearing the end of the month. But I am finally caught up with February as of yesterday. If you follow me on Instagram at vdancer0304, no surprise there. Although I only post when I'm switching projects, which in this case it was like 15 days. If you see a little black cat, that's Hermione. She's almost 18. She's a little old lady. One of these days I'll have to film upstairs in Minnie Muffin's room so you can see my other kitty cat. They don't like each other, so Minnie Muffin gets her own bedroom. The cats were here before the kids. Anyway, so my first whip it's kind of a new start, but it's like a new start in a series. So this was one of the WhipGo projects, and it was, I'm doing these Star Trek people by Pixel Power, and I'm going to insert a picture up here about what it looks like. The one that I'm talking about anyway, it was I started the Next Generation one, and my goal was to get 3 people done on that one. So let me find it here. Aha. So I was on a roll. I finished 4. So I don't have a before for this because I just started it, but got Data, Geordi, Jean-Luc Picard, and Riker, if you watch Star Trek. This is being done on a, I believe, 28 count Lugana 2/2. If I forget, I sometimes do. I sometimes forget to say the fabric or the designer. It'll be in the description box below. But this is by Pixel Power, and yeah, those are fun little people. That space was done. That was actually pretty quick, less than a week I think of stitching on those guys. But then on January 20th, which was Inauguration Day, I started Queen of Freedom by Mirabilia. Inauguration Day in the United States, Joe Biden was sworn in as president. And I'm stitching this on the We the People printed fabric by Fabric Flair. And so again, this was a new start. So I don't have a before, so yeah, so I haven't done any of her skin yet. I haven't figured out what I want to do with her skin, but this is kind of like the middle. So most Mirabilia charts have 2 halves. Usually it's the top half and the bottom half, and they're on giant pieces of paper. So I'm just working towards the top here in the middle, and this is her hand holding onto the flag. And this is, I think, part of her other arm and her elbow. She's holding a book here. So again, I haven't decided what I want to do with her skin yet. She's quite porcelain pale, so I want to make it a little darker. I don't know though. We'll see. I'll get to that later and make a decision at the last minute. I might even just do it called for. Well, I don't know yet. Okay. Moving on. That's about a week of progress on that one. So next I started, I don't know if I did this. I'm not doing these in order, sorry. The Ingleside Imaginarium has been doing a stitch along, a monthly stitch along. I'm trying to keep up with this one. I've never really done a stitch along in time before, you know, I've done them after, kind of like just bought the charts. But this is called the Karamos Bestiary. And actually, there's a picture up here of what the border looks like, which she released in February. Here's where I am. And so as you can see, I still got to do the handles in the bottom half. But this is going to be a like ceramic pot thing with animals from Greek mythology. This is on a 32 count Lugana. It's a color and cotton exclusive from like last September. It's kind of an orangey color, which I figured it looked a little bit like pottery. And I don't have much else to say about it. It's only got 3 colors of DMC. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm actually probably going to pick this one up next because I know March is going to be released soon. And they released a sneak peek picture, and it's clearly a Pegasus, which I think is going to be very, very exciting to stitch on. But that border is no joke. So I'm obviously not caught up at this time. I said I wanted to try to be caught up, but I think it's okay. I've got enough of the border done where I could stitch the first one if I want to go out of order. So yeah, that one's fun. Next, I have, this one was sort of like hot off the scroll rods because I just worked on this yesterday and I'm packing it up, so I figured it was a good time for a Flosstube video anyway. This is the Accolade, which is my big full coverage Heaven and Earth Designs piece. The artist is Edmund Layton. Here, I'll put a picture here of what the original artwork looks like, or what it will look like when it's done, kind of thing. And this one I can actually do before and after because this is not a new start. So I'm going to hold it up here so you can sort of see the before and after. I finished page 12. This is 1/1 on 28 count Jobelin. And I'll zoom in a bit now so you can see that last page was pretty boring. It was just a lot of browns. So it was slow. It was like slogging through it. Plus, I'm still getting back into, I don't know, trying to find my stitchy bug. But it took 7 days to stitch this page. It took 15 days to stitch this page. If that makes any sense. And this is all confetti here because it's her. This is not. This is almost like entirely 938. With some like red and other browns thrown in. But anyway. I use Pattern Keeper for this. I decided to do 1 page at a time, and I also do like cross country by page. I feel that that's faster. I use a fabric pen to grid, and then after I finish the first row of pages, I washed it because the lighter ones in the lighter areas you can still see the gridding, which I don't like to look at that. I don't know if you can see it here, but. I was trying to find a face on her. That's funny. My phone, my camera. Anyway, I'll probably wash it again when I get to the end of this. But this was for a space on the Whipco board again. This is the one. This is where I said now I'm finally caught up for February. She just pulled the March numbers yesterday, a day early, and I got to do another page in March, which is okay. I've got 10 pages of this on there, so if I can keep up, and so far I am, I'll have 10 more pages done at the end of 2021 than I did at the end of 2020. So, yay. I'll probably, though, since I just worked on this and I'm kind of tired of it, I'm going to work on the March page near the end of March, like I did for February. Last whip. This one's very close to a finish. This is Super Mario by Choco Coco Stitch. On Etsy. By the way, I said I would put the fabric information below. I'm also going to link things below if that's something that you can buy online, which I think all online are. I don't think there's anything here that's like out of print, right? Oh, sorry. Queen of Freedom is out of print. But so this piece I am stitching as a travel piece whenever my son does like drums in the car. So it's really dirty. This is on a 14 count blue, or it's called Touch of Blue, Ada. Look at that. Almost done. all you gotta do is color in this guy down here. So I think next time you see this, since I film about once a month, I will probably be done and I have to find a new travel project. Don't know what that's going to be yet. But I did enjoy stitching on this because it's nice and big. I can see the holes. I still have to wear reading glasses in the car. But it was a whole lot of fun. And then my kids, I'm just gonna put it in their playroom. They were fighting over whose room this goes in when I'm done. Because they both enjoy the video games and the Marios and everything like that. So, playroom. That way it's fair. Okay, so that is all that I have in terms of whips. Works in progress. I have a little bit of some purchases. So if you don't want to see that, that's okay. I'm just warning you now. Not a whole lot, but enough. I have been spending money, but so I made a purchase or an order from Everything Cross Stitch. This is just a bunch of beads, some Karen water lilies, and some Krynic. There's another Krynic that they threw in later because it was back ordered. This is for, I think, 3 projects that I'm hitting up. Some of it's for Queen of Freedom to buy the missing things that I didn't have. I'm trying to kit up Renaissance Mermaid right now because I have everything except the embellishments and specialty flosses. So I've just about got that one kitted up because I do want to start that one. And next, I've already 2 Mirabilias on the go, but I definitely want like a fancy lady one that's like, I don't know, Queen of Freedom's fancy lady. I don't know what I'm talking about. I guess you probably can't have too many, right? And I also have some DMC in here because I didn't know if I was going to get to Joann's before I really got into the Caramos Bestiary, but I did, so I bought more there too. Whatever. I'm not going to show you the DMC haul from Joann's, although I will say that when I went to Joann's, this is not cross-stitch related, it was like a few weeks ago. I went early in the morning on a Saturday, and they were opening up all these tables with all this Christmas stuff on it, and I was thinking, oh, they're having a big clearance. And they said, no, this is free. Just take whatever you want. We're trying to get rid of our stock. And I was like, okay. So I picked up a bunch of ribbons. They had all kinds of Christmas decorations free. So I got real lucky there. Also from Everything Cross Stitch, I ordered this fabric. This is a 32 count Lugana in blush. It's showing kind of peachy, I think, on the camera, but it's really pink. And this is for a particular project I want to stitch, although I think it's a little too pink. I don't know. I'm going to have to do like a floss toss thing on it, but it's a fat half. Or is it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. So next I bought Deco Spirits. This is MD number 19 by Mirabilia. This is one of my favorites, and it's an older one. And it's further down on my Stitch Before I Die prioritized list. I mean, it's there. It's on the list. But since it's older Mirabilia, I'm going to buy it just in case it goes out of print. But I really think it's pretty. It has no beads, so you can stitch it on like whatever count fabric you want. It does have some Krynic, and I think that it's so old it calls for number 8. So this was before number 4 was made, but I'm sure you can substitute it if your fabric is a higher count. But if you want to hold it up higher and closer, if you can see, it's got elements, I believe. Are they earth? I need my glasses. Earth, fire, water, and air. Well, top left is earth, top right is fire, bottom left is water, and bottom right is air. So I've seen people stitch them in a row, which is kind of cool too. Next, I have some. So I got lucky and signed up for the Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month Club through Crazy Annie's that Pam and Steph were talking about, and Just Keep Stitching. So I got lucky, and they sent the January one is called Sea Glass. This is 28 count linen. And they also sent a Color and Cotton floss, which I've never used Color and Cotton floss before, but it's pretty. Kind of goes with it, right? Well, I don't know. It'll probably blend in a little too much, but it's pretty. This one has no name. This is called Sea Glass. I think I know what I'm going to stitch on this. I think I'm going to stitch Amphitrite by Bella Filipina on that, because you need a fat half for that one. And that's kind of why I asked for the fat halves. I figured it's probably big and... Oh, here's Hermione. I don't know if you can see her, because she blends in with the dark brown couch. But anyway, no, don't sit on that. Last pieces of haul I ordered from my LNS, just stitching in Strongsville, Ohio. Hi, you want to say hi to everybody? She likes to meow at me. I ordered this special order. I mean, she ordered it from the designer directly, but from Cross Wing Collection, Glory in the Morning. I've never stitched Cross Wing before, but they do, you know, a lot of like realistic birds and stuff, and so there's some birds and flowers, obviously, and some bees, I think, on this too. So I think it's really pretty, and it's tall. It has a specialty fabric, so you can see in the picture the fabric is different colors. Right at the top it's more blue, and at the bottom it's more green. So they dye fabric too, a Crossed Wing, and so I bought the special piece for this, and then it's printed. Starts blue and gets greener and greener. As you can see, it's huge. This is not a small project. I'm assuming, and it doesn't say anywhere, like I didn't specifically ask for anything, but this looks like a 28 count linen, but I'm not really sure. But it's big. So it's almost like a skinny half, I would say. I don't know. Or does that even exist? Usually it's just fat quarter and skinny quarter. I don't know. It's an interesting cut, but it will work nicely on a scroll rod that's not so huge. I mean, that's the thing I struggle with the wider projects, is I like to put them on a scroll rod, and you can't like fold over the edges. You know, you can use a Q-snap on just about any size fabric. You'll have extra fabric. But a scroll rod, you kind of don't want to have the excess on the sides. But this is like tall and skinny, so I can just roll it, roll the excess, and work on a small area at a time. But that's all I have to show you. Where are we at now? 17 minutes. That's not bad, right? Hermione's laying down here on the couch, cuddling with me. She's a sweetie. Minnie Muffin hates me, in contrast. And I moved my work office up there, too. And she's like, get out. I had to clean it. I had to, like, shampoo the carpet and, you know, really clean all the cat out of there, because she's been in there for 7 years now. And you know, she's still bitter about it. But all is well here. Things are turning around, I think. Yeah, I don't have much else to say, so think critically, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Bye!